really looking at another major incoming storm that will be impacting a good deal of the country, mainly the eastern half. There will be a wintry side to this, but there will also be some, once again, severe activity down to the south. There could be a little activity as well close to the low track, somewhere in the Ohio Valley probably, which is where we do see those kind of pink values being a little severe, but it's more of a marginalist type compared to the areas down here that are seeing some slights. I don't know about enhanced risk, but I feel like this area has the best potential for that. But I mean, there's more that's going to come, so there's more updates that also are going to expect it to come for the next few days. Because we also have some additional outlooks that do indicate some severe weather areas in similar regions, but it seems like we have a rare day 15% risk, which we'll go over momentarily, but there's a lot to this, and we'll get to you on all those today as well. So buckle up for this really interesting forecast. Just because of how late it's getting, I don't want to upload it too late. I'm not gonna really do the hazards today, but I'll mention them a bit with for mostly for today. We do see the potential for tornadoes across Florida Peninsula in that Solaris region, but of course that's on the low end of the scale. Then we do see some larger risk areas such as Mississippi, Alabama, and then also, of course, across Florida Panhandle, no Peninsula. And then heading into Thursday, we do see the flurries potentially extending from eastern Texas into southern Mississippi, with emergence in those surrounding regions as well, and as well as up here in the southeastern Atlantic regions. But then heading into Friday, there's a 15% risk basically for portions of the southeast and as well as the Gulf Coast regions. We do head a little bit into next week, and they're still producing these rare kind of outlook areas on their storm prediction center extended outlooks, which is we're about a week now, and they still have these areas. Next Monday we do have a 15% risk that includes portions of Texas and surrounding states. Then heading in next Tuesday, there is a 15% risk across portions of southeast Texas, Louisiana, Mississippi, Alabama, western Florida Panhandle, and southeast Arkansas. But it's kind of crazy to think that all the way to a week out, there could be severe risk areas already issued by the Storm Prediction Center with this unusually high amount of confidence, and it's only happened like 5 times before. So this is definitely quite a rarity that we've made. But now we're going to look into the models, show there's overwhelming support for such an event. To see that there are severe outlook areas all the way through the end of the outlook period. But we also point out there's still some uncertainty, of course, with the forecast, because we're definitely still a week out, but there's just more agreement that there usually tends to be that far, and we'll look into that today. But we're not going to do the comparisons. We might, but we're not really sure. But I don't think we'll get to that. But hang tight though, because we are looking at what could be behind the storms. So here's the instability. It's peaking across Florida Wednesday. And then, of course, we could see a lingering bit of it across southern Florida throughout the later portions of the week. And then we see some of the energy as well heading into the southern plains on Thursday. And then it'll move eastward continually through all of Friday, and it'll weaken a bit Friday night, and then it could be there could still be a little bit of leftover energy for Saturday morning. We could see that remaining instability as well as far north as the Ohio River Valley. But also paying attention to next week's severe threat. It's definitely looking interesting because they do continue to see this cape across Texas, but not only that, across the south as well. And Ohio Valley could again be seeing some storms middle of next week. And the storms continue across southeast throughout, as you can see. But the instability goes pretty far up the coast, close to New York City about. Yeah, things kind of start to die down after that, which would be late next week. But this is definitely something we don't usually talk about this far because there's just a lot of lack of confidence we tend to see at this time. We all know that it's all going to be there for a good amount of the part, at least for throughout the whole event thing. So yeah, share throughout the favorite outlook areas, through next week as well. So yeah, you'll see that we'll kind of just rapidly progress through this because there's not really much to talk about. We also have the date already readily available again in the bottom right corner if you want to take a look at when exactly this is. But now, almost all of us in the US have switched to daylight savings time. This is about 5 hours away, depending on what time zone you live in. For example, areas that could be impacted. For example, Central Time Zone is now 5 hours behind. So, example, if this says 15Z, that's 10 a.m. for you. And then if you're in Eastern Time Zone, which would be 4 hours behind, you'd be at 11 a.m. So, yeah, don't. Okay, so yeah, again, so 00Z, that would be like 8 p.m. for Eastern and 7 p.m. for Central. Mountain Time, it's 6 p.m. and then Western or Pacific Time Zone, it's 5 p.m. But again, for the 15Z, in case we missed that as well, Mountain Time Zone is 9 a.m. and again, Pacific or Western Time Zone is 8 a.m. So this is 15Z would be equal to 3 p.m. UTC, but of course US is like far off from there. But this is what the time is compared to that. But again, I don't really want to like lose focus over here. But we do see the bulk here really get get strong over here, and it'll be conducive for plenty of storm activity, and of course it'll also come along with kind of with these storms. But this jet stream will kind of eventually stall across the southern U.S. But yeah, there's something else that comes with it. But yeah, the actual jet stream is up here. We just see this energy all the way down here. So yeah, the jet stream is actually, so again, this is technically what I think we call subtropical jet. But we would see this more often in the country during the summer months, technically, because that's also the warmest time of the year for like pretty much everywhere in the country. So again, the actual jet stream's up here, but the energy comes nowhere with it, of course, because looking at how removed it is from the actual jet stream. But really, I want to point that out because this is a lot of additional useless information, and this is about the severe weather today. But so now we're just gonna go ahead to the moisture map and see how meaningful Gulf moisture could affect in. So if we look at the moisture map, of course, you see the always impressive values across Florida. But let's see how far this Gulf moisture can actually affect into the U.S. So, that could be as far north as central Illinois, northern Indiana, Ohio, all those kind of places, as well as possibly the eastern Great Lakes. That's for the first storm, but the second storm, it could launch that, but it's basically the similar areas. But of course, leaving the best moisture, to the south and southeast, we're focusing the severe threat areas overall as well. So yeah, everything is kind of weaker, of course, the further north you go. But so that's why the Ohio River Valley is seeing a low severe threat compared to these areas down here, which are already seeing these 15% areas all the way through, the final day. So, yeah, that's kind of really interesting overall to see something like this in Outlook. But yeah, there's still, a little too far to go completely into the details quite yet. But, so yeah, there's more to go with this, and it's still a long way, but let's head into the snowfall map real quick. Seeing winter storm. Some models like the Arrow suggest almost no snow at all for, much of the central portion of the country, and then, there's a ton of snow for parts of the Northeast. The Canadian model is kind of vice versa, but except, really limited across the plains. It's really nothing there. But then over here in the Midwest and specifically some Wisconsin, Northern Illinois drops plenty of snow. It could be a little bit across the Northeast as well. Same thing here with the GFS, but also it actually kind of brings the plains and also from the Midwest and the Great Lakes a chance at seeing snow, even some meaningful snow to really speak of. So yeah, Kansas, all the way through Iowa and central Wisconsin, northern Michigan, according to GFS, could see several inches, possibly of snow. But of course, we really can't say that could be true because look at all these models. They're all kind of in place, and only one model suggests, that kind of storm like that, so it's kind of unlikely at this point. Especially considering we're not, like, even a week out from this. And there's already a good amount of confidence with us through what we're seeing. I expect to see down here, even the portion that's over a week out. But then the snowfall over here, according to the UK, it's just kind of limited to like northern Illinois and northern Michigan, possibly southeast Wisconsin, and northeast as well. Well, so yeah, you got there's some limited snow according to these models, except maybe the DFS. But yeah, other than that, stay safe and have a good day.